Howdy, folks. Hopefully, audio's coming through fine. Let me check here. You guys hear me fine? My desktop audio is weird on OBS here. Let me see if it's being picked up. Okay. Martin, how's it going, man? Steven, how you doing? So first things first, I had talked about doing a table wipe for SCM on stream here today. And for the time being, I'm going to hold off on that. So I put out an announcement on Twitter the other day and on the DPS Discord that I was going to be doing a table wipe. That's going to be held off for now because of the bridge officer issues. So I'm gonna just go through, strike that out. Postponed until off issue is fixed. Hi, Augie. Terrible, DeVito. Terrible. Red, how's it going? So I'm postponing the SCM table wipe for the time being. Not because I'm lazy, but because Cryptic screwed up this patch, and well, the bridge officers are gaining access to racial traits again, which was an issue we had just a couple months ago. Yeah, that they fixed it just at the end of July there, right? So that issue has returned, and what that means is that when you slot a bridge officer, a Romulan on a Romulan captain that has SRO, or one of the Jem'Hadar Vanguard captains, you get more crit chance than you are supposed to, and I will go through and demonstrate this for you now. Wizard, Mystic, Tom, how y'all doing? So Cryptic, fix this issue, but it still slipped back through with the patch that went through this week. So table wipe is postponed until they fix this issue. You see I'm at 38.1% crit chance. If I slot an SRO here, what was that one? Oh, that's my Riemann. That's why that one's not doing it. So take that back off. We're at 39.1. Let me take a picture then. 39 or 38.1, I mean. Waldo, how's it going? If I go through and slot an SRO, let's just do SRO Ange 2 here, I should be getting an additional 2% crit chance and 5% severity. But when I go through and look at this, it's going to be more than that. So all I did is slot one SRO, and I jumped up 3.5% crit chance there. So basically, on top of your SRO bridge officer giving you SRO, if it's an actual Romulan on a Romulan captain, you're getting a bit more than you're supposed to. So, because Cryptic does not have the capability to check for things like this, we're holding off on the table wipe until they fix this issue. And again, this is bridge officers gaining access to racial traits. So if I go through and slot a Jem'Hadar Vanguard now, so again, my crit chance is going to be 38. Did I not take it off? No, I did. The bridge officer off, it's 38.1. Okay. Now if I slot a Jem'Hadar, which this guy should be one, clearly I am getting more than 1% crit chance. The Jem'Hadars are only supposed to give you 1% crit chance, but as you can see there, I got quite a bit more than that. So what is that exact number? I can't do math right now. 44.6 minus 38.1, 6.5% crit chance. Stargate, how's it going, Ranger? So table wipe is being held off until they fix this issue. Because if I wipe right now, then I'm just gonna have to do another table wipe for SCM in like a week or two whenever they finally go through and fix this. Okay, so let's talk about the new traits that came out. That with the lockbox, I was talking about how, if you just wait a couple days, they should all drop in price. Little did I know that one of the traits was going to be something that every last player was apparently going to want, and that is Independent Wingmate. This will come down in price. Okay, Independent Wingmate has already dropped down. It was like 60, 70 mil the other day. Now there's one under 50. It will come down in price. It's just going to take a lot longer than I expected. It's the Dyson Grav Torp. Yes, it's destructible, and if it blows up close to you, it takes you with it. Ranger, I think I saw you got like 2 or 3, right? You didn't get a ton of responses, I know. So the lockbox content, some of them have dropped really low. Like if I look up the new duty officers, they're 3.7 mil. Like you can get the new DOF packs cheap and they're continuing to crash in price. If I look up the other space traits, one was against all odds, that's 3 million. Rogue Scientist, that's 23 million. I don't quite get why this one's still so high. Maybe someone can enlighten me. Did Doggy like promote it or something? But when I looked at the Rogue Scientist aboard trait, it didn't look that good to me. It's got a 60-second lockout. Terrible Ranger. Yeah, it's not that surprising though. So Rogue Scientist aboard is one of the new traits, or one of the 3 new space traits, personal. And once every 60 seconds, it will randomly grant you either emergency power to shields 1, attack power and omega 1, or a photon torp spread 1 that will fire out a photon torp spread even if you don't have a photon torp on your build. I don't get why this trait's still really expensive. I don't think it's that good. It's got a 60-second lockout. Yeah, it's way too long of a lockout. Now, the trait that I understand being really expensive is Independent Wingmate. And I showed this off on the stream that I did the other day. We took a look at it. I didn't do any performance analysis with it, but plus 200% bonus damage for the very first hangar pet you launch. Now remember, even if you have 2 hangar bays, only 1 pet from whichever bay launches first is supposed to be getting this boost. But this should be a really good performance boost for frigates, and I think I've seen some people saying that they've seen some really good numbers from it. So any traits that trigger off those abilities, the Rogue Scientist triggers, gotcha. So there's a chance then with Rogue Scientist that you could get like an Assault Formation Theta trigger off of it. Yeah, in fact, I think I saw, if I go to the builds Discord and I go down to carriers, I think someone posted like some performance numbers with a carrier. Yeah, here, Rasso posted this picture. You see one of the Romulan drone ships did like twice what the other ones did. So, without a doubt, the Independent Wingmate trait is really good. It's just, if you're using it, you need to be using it with frigates. Even how's it going? Dark Ghost? So I think if you're somebody that actually uses a carrier with frigate hangar pets, then Independent Wingmate, from every conversation I've seen so far, people are liking it quite a bit, and I understand why the price is higher than the rest of the traits. Even if Rogue Scientist is triggering, um, triggering other traits and things that would trigger off of any of these abilities, the Immersive Powder Shields, Attack Power and Omega. I don't think it's really worth that 23 mil price with the 60-second lockout. How good are Romulan drone ships? They used to be like really good. And that picture I just showed, they still do fairly well. Um, like a bay of them doing 25, 30K. And clearly you see Independent Wingbait has a fairly substantial boost for one of them at least. For me, going well though, it's the last day or so has been pretty busy, but sitting down looking at how prices are not crashing on everything, especially Independent Wingmate, this is going to stay high for a while. I think Independent Wingmate. Kathy, thank you for the dollar there. Kathy's my mom. She's in the hospital for now. She was having some like chest pains yesterday, so everything's come out fine, but they're keeping her in for a couple days. So hopefully, she's not too bored there. Sounded like she was not too happy watching normal TV again. She doesn't like all the ads. She's spoiled by all the streaming platforms now. Do pets with debuff abilities still stack? They should. Yeah, like if you have beta, it should work like any other attack pattern beta. Do I think that Wingmate will help the other items in the box go down in price? I do think that there might be some people that try to rip open these boxes just for the trait, and they may get some of the other items and drop the prices, through that. But yeah, this like Wingmate's the only thing in the box that's really that great. The console, I have seen some people getting good performance numbers out of it on EPG builds. So the Dark Matter Anomaly console, the mini DMA, that's still under 15 mil. There's one there for 12.8. People are getting good results from it. In fact, I think if I go to the EPG discussion channel here, where was it? Yeah, Parrot posted a picture of it doing 15.6 million damage. Which, by the way, and I'm not trying to like sound like a dick here to any of the devs, but after the Agony console got nerfed the other day, there was legitimately somebody on the dev team that went out and said that they still think 244k damage is a lot of damage for a console to do. Like, how disconnected can they be if they think 200k is a lot of damage, and they think that Agony's probably still doing too much damage, and then at the same time, both of the new consoles that come out in the Lockbox, that person would have been involved with in the development cycle if they were doing their job, are doing, obviously 15.6 million damage from the new console on an EPG build. To be clear, this is on a heavily boosted EPG build. But the new console's doing 15.6 million, and you've got a developer, somebody that actually works at Cryptic, saying that they think 244k damage from a console is a lot. If you want to ever know just how disconnected the developers of this game are from the reality of the game, there you go. They are. It's frustrating when I see comments like that coming from people who work there. That's 244k is still a lot of damage though to do with the console, honestly. And thank you for the good wishes for my mom. She's doing good. I was on a call with her just a little bit ago. They took her downtown because they want to keep her there until they can do some test. But she's feeling better already, so let's see here. I missed a couple things in chat. Linus, how's it going? Single cannons are OP. Yeah, that's gonna be next. Pleb, I wish. But I think Augie's shown the courier pilot raider, doing quite a bit of damage already. And obviously we see that the micro DMA console can do quite a bit also on an EPG build. Yeah, Ranger, I know. Warships has its own set of issues, like obviously with the submarines. But still, I feel like when you look at their community managers, at least, like it's clear that they're public facing community managers, at least for NA. They play the game, they understand the frustration, but they're screwed because of the their developers internally too. Or at least their community managers are competent. Is the Terran Lexington Dreadnought Cruiser? Yeah, you can use that for Fire at Will. Yeah, it'll work perfectly fine for Fire at Will. Anything on the exchange that would help a phaser build with dual beam banks. Approaching Agony, is a good budget console I can think of. Approaching Agony definitely, like if you're at a budget level looking at exchange consoles, that'd probably do good. Do I have a console box here? There's Approaching Agony would be the one that I'd say to go for. Hostile Acquisition, yeah, is what I was thinking. But the Hostile Acquisition will help you out against like a single target. Approaching Agony's passives, it's like 15% cat 1 and then 1.5% crit chance. As a Fed tune, what's the best way to get the trait Ruin of Our Enemies? Unfortunately, your best route is going to be, just going out and getting a Disco D7, because I don't think there's a D7 trait box up on the exchange. There usually isn't anymore. No, there's not even a D7 of any type on the exchange. M6 computer is good, but that will cost you dilithium now, won't it? Yeah, I think that's... How much dilithium does the M6 cost? Yeah, event campaign's gonna be the best way. You would rip open the event campaign box, get the Disco flight deck carrier pack out of it, and then choose the D7 from that. Missed some questions here. Do you think the devs realize what a low opinion some people have of them? I think some of them know and don't care. I think the art team there does well. I think like Thomas and Taco Fangs, I think both of them do really well. But it like if Cryptic lost them, that'd be rough for the game. I don't think the developers even attempt to test or play the game properly. No, not with how many traits and consoles off new ships come out broken. There's no way that they're testing everything properly. And the fact is, we know now that the like QA doesn't use parsers when they're testing, right? So, yeah, that's a bit rough. Yeah, I'd agree that they are understaffed, but they also, with what staff they do have on the systems and QA side of things, doesn't understand how the game works. Let me catch up on chat here. M6 75k deal, 75k deal base. Yeah, I can't see it because I think I have it unlocked from when it was still in the C store. Let me see if I can even see it in the shipyard here. That is, I don't even remember what tier it is. Temporal escort. Yeah, I've got it unlocked from when it was in the C store way back, so it's just free for me. Yeah. 75k deal base. I mean, that's a bit pricey if you only have one character getting the lithium, but that's a good console to get. Yeah, Thomas is amazing. Thomas will easily, if anything ever happens to Stowe, Thomas will certainly have a very easy time getting onto probably like one of the shows. Temporal. Don't think I actually have one on this character, so let me grab it quick. Claim. Where'd that box go? Oh, I did have one on this character already. Rip. The M6 computer has a little clicky on it, plus 15% bonus all damage for 15 seconds, plus 25% cooldown reduction on tactical bridge officer abilities, 20% firing cycle haste, plus 30 AC and defense, all for 15 seconds. So it's a clicky with a 2-minute cooldown. Yeah, the art team for Stowe are the true gems. Yeah, absolutely. The maps do continue to look better and better. I will say though, I have not played any of the new missions like in a while now. And I'm hearing, this new one is forcing you to play a character that's, not your character. And I absolutely hate the bee critter mechanic. I think it's terrible because you're forced into a build that they set up. And once again, as we were just talking about, the people internally at Cryptic don't understand how to play the game. So the characters that we get to play as was rough. Yeah, Quark's Lucky 7. Yeah, I'd agree that the bee critter mechanic was pulled off well there. But the stew mission that they've done, everything I've heard is just complaints about it. Yeah, DPRM is still a fairly good console. It is a lot of damage there and a large damage boost, and then a lot of survivability for sure. Okay, what are my dailies for today? Destroy Herald ships, phaser damage ground, and Zenkethys on ground. Let's re-roll that one. Kinetic damage space. Well, that's real convenient. Yeah. I'd rather, if they're going to do that, then, when Quark's Lucky 7 was made, Jet was still there, right? Jet was the only person that they have ever had on that systems team, I feel, that had, actually understood how the game was actually played by players. I know Bordicus, was a player before he started working there, but clearly, if they think 200k damage is a lot, then he is still going off of numbers from when he actually played the game over a decade ago. Terrible. When was the last time missions gave us a nice 3-part set? I don't know. It's been ages, hasn't it? It has been a very long time since we actually had any new story missions that gave a full set. I don't even remember. What do I think the best ground weapon is? I really, there's a lot of personal preference there. But for me, I really like the phaser auto rifle, or the full auto rifle that you get from the Lobby store. That's one that I really like. Outside of that, I usually just use split beam rifles. If I'm going through and doing like my damage endeavor on ground, I almost always just use a split beam rifle and call it a day. Has it been that long that the last was morphogenic? That's crazy. Yeah, that's how many years ago was home? That's a really long time ago. Yeah, my personal preference is split beams, but I guess if I'm on the KDF side, another ground weapon that I really like the Elite Fleet Disruptor dual sniper rifles. Like, only KDF get access to these, if I remember right. And, like, they just look... Like, it just feels ridiculous actually going through and using these things. But it's a very KDF thing. It's very, very KDF. June 2018? Wow. The Fat Carry Torment Engine definitely is a good reward. Um, I I didn't really play through most of the Klingon story arc also, so when I did that mission, I basically just speed ran it best I could. Yeah. I think I think the thing with a lot of content like that is like I don't think we're getting that level of content in this game anymore. Like with the Victory's Life expansion, those days are gone for this game. Okay. Destroy Herald ships. Very hard mission for me to do. Yeah, I think with ground, it really just boils down to what do you like the most? You know, do you like one of these do you like the swords? I did go through, I was chatting to Stu and Nick last night. We did a couple runs. Nick got the top spot on NTT back. Congrats, Nicholas. But I got the new Lobi sword, right? The Kuwait Malat thingy. And should do a vid on rad boats. Yeah, the thing is I haven't messed with any of the exotic builds in a while now. They just weren't really my thing. I would say for radiation, the best guide for that or content out there is going to end up being from STO Better, because they've went through and kept that updated with the latest things. So this is the Kuwait Malat sword. It's not. I got to reroll the epic mod still. But this is in the Lobi store. It's currently on sale for 40 Lobi. And it's got this, you know, it's got some nice visuals. Now, I want to show you guys my favorite part of it, the high quality animations. So you see it's on the back of my character, but when you actually draw it out, it comes out from your side. Now, I want to show you what happens if you spam H a ton real fast. You see my character's hand goes through the neck? That's some weird animations right there. That's STO quality. Yeah. So I saw that like within a couple of minutes of using it last night and was like, what the hell? Best melee weapons? I don't think anyone's got an actual list for that. I think it really boils down to use what you like the visual of the most. And I think for some people, you know, this Quat Malat sword, you might like it. Like I don't think the visuals on it are that bad, you know. I know the lighting here is probably not the best. But really, with ground, it's just personal preference. It's use what you like for the most part. I mean, most of the damage nowadays comes from kit modules. Okay, I've got my Delkina on here. Let's go and do home real quick. Or not home, I can never open the right windows here. Iconian. Blood of the Ancients. Githia, how you doing? The Blade, yeah. I'd say... I'm not going to do the full mission. I'm just doing it long enough for the Endeavor. I've got to destroy 5 Herald ships. Hey, I think the new sword needs just a couple animation fixes.
On an intercept course. All ships, defend the starbase. I've never seen anything like these Herald ships before. More Herald ships on sensors.
Okay, that is the first endeavor done. Let's get the second done. Yeah, I think they posted too, like some of the combos you can do to make the sword, you know, do certain actions. I haven't looked at it that much though. With there are more features, there's always more features. Yeah, isn't that Osiris? I think that's the one people used to use as like a lightsaber. I'm pretty sure at least. Okay. Who's I gonna grab here? I need another ball lightning on my account and another agony, so let me just upgrade this quick. Do I have agony here? No, I don't. These kit frame or the kit module boxes would be much nicer if you could just select the exact thing you want. I don't know how the performance of the axe is. I've seen people running around with it, and it does look really funny when you see someone just running around with it. But I don't know how the performance on it is. I don't think they usually do anything for New Year's. Pretty sure they don't. Am I like going crazy there, guys? But I'm pretty sure they usually just do nothing. I've got the lower deck stuff on here. Let's see. Do I have the split beam rifle? Yes, I do. Let's use that for the endeavor. So for my ground endeavors, what I do for the damage aspect is just Operation Wolf. I'll go in as a private and just get the damage done. Why so many kit modules? Because I was ripping open a bunch of the kit module boxes trying to get the ones that sell for a lot. Because when I was looking through my account the one day and some of the banks on some of my characters, I've got like thousands of these kit module boxes. So I was ripping a bunch of those open to try and get some to sell. Yeah, the universal kit modules have quite a few that are worth a lot of EC, like Bowel Obelisk, Agony Field Generator. Name a few. Agony Field. Yeah, Agony Field Gens, you saw for a frame there, but they're 15 mil for a kit module.
Everyone's here?
Does the Emperor's Sword not let you see it? Like if you make sure your weapons are visible on your character, you know, when you're in the UI, it doesn't let you see the sword. I don't have the Emperor's Sword. I never went through whatever mission had it. I isn't Vorlon, is that Babylon 5? It's been so long, I don't remember. Sorry, former con. I know I just disappointed you. Were the Vorlon in Babylon 5? Yeah.
Operations is locked down. Use the exocomps to get the doors open. Get to the consoles down in the security hub.
Is it Lobby? Oh, okay. There we go. That damage endeavor's done. I don't think I've done any ground recommendations to Vito. Yeah, Agony Field Gens are 15 mil. Foul Obelisk, about the same. Only when in use. You said it is Lobby, so let me just grab one quick. I got the Lobby for that, so. Or the Lobby's on the other character. What is the best phaser type? Oof. You know, I think that's a lot of personal preference. I personally use sensor linked. I know that there's quite a few that prefer Agony, but I don't think there's ever been like a definitive, comparison between all the different types to say this is the best one. I think it's really the way that I look at it. The difference between all of them is so small. Just pick whatever color, of the phasers you like, and the ones that have the best color and sound for you, and just use them. It realistically is not going to make much of a difference. Did I get the Emperor's Sword? I'll check. Let me head to New ROM. Did I get that? Is there anything in here? Emperor's Sword. I did. Oh, then I have that on a different character. That's gonna be on. I think that's on my Ferengi character. So let me swap over to that character. Well, normally for me, I play the game with the sound muted, so whatever audio the weapons have doesn't usually bother me. Agonies are like the top immersion one. It's just they have that like dot on them, right? So that's cool, and a lot of people like it, but I never really cared much about that. So I want to see. Oh, it's already equipped on the character. Yep, you don't see it. That's a shame. DeVito, I think you're getting me mixed up with someone else. Side chick, I like this this Taylor. It's a very wild character you have there. I can't even like pull that weapon out here. I can pull the whip out. I can't even like pull the sword out until I go through and like swing it. Do I think they will fix the Agony Redistributor console? No. I mean, there's a chance that they might tune it back up. But I don't have much confidence. I know Stu was really pissed off about it, Mixed Stu. He went in and clipped something from their stream the other night, and apparently Kale talked about it when he did the that charity run of the new mission. And the way Kale's tone about it was just that they were like he was annoyed about people bitching about it. Phaser or bubble anti-proton. On a tank, I would always go bubble anti-proton. You don't necessarily need to worry about max deeps on a tank build, and the bubble refractions are still really handy. You do lose the Terran beam, sure, but my tank build for the past year and a half, I think now, has been running bubble anti-proton, and it's never changed. Bubble is still, I would say, like the best tanking weapon you can use. And correct me if I'm wrong, like if you use beta on your tank, which you should be using beta and not delta. I don't know why people still use delta on their tanks, but with beta, with the ball anti-protons, isn't it the refraction will also be an additional trigger for the shield distribution officer that gives you heals while you have outgoing shots while beta's up? This is a duty officer from the Delta Ops pack. The big expansion Delta pack, that is. But if you use beta, the staff will give you a heal for every outgoing hit. So isn't it with the ball refractions that you get an additional one? Or am I going crazy? I might be wrong. I could be wrong, but last I knew that was how the interaction worked. I should probably go through and do like another test of it. I don't run Delta because you can have beta up 100% of the time, and Delta you can get through duty officers like 8 of 47. Rabog, thank you for the $5, man. Very much appreciated. What an oversight? Yes, Linus, I know. McStew is very positive in a public setting. He's as negative as the rest of us about the developers when we're just hanging around chatting. He's as frustrated as anyone else with the with how the developers are taking things, and he's as frustrated as the rest of us when it comes to the fact that their QA and systems team are just doing a really bad job. Yeah. And Kale, I think Kale probably frustrates him as much as Kale can frustrate the rest of us. Let's see here. Foxhound, how's it going? It's going good. Just going through and getting dailies done. Let me catch up on chat here because I've already fallen a little bit behind. Bowel is the best AP, yes, for sure. Yeah, Agony Redistributor getting nerfed screws over a lot of people's builds, Dwayne. Like, I did a couple ISCs last night with B Team, and we were trying out some runs. The servers sucked right off the bat, I'll tell you. So we couldn't get anything really going because the server performance was just abysmal. Especially with us having 4 Silix in the map. That was 48 pets out. That was the game did not like that. Did not like it at all. But the starts are really brutal without the Agony Redistributor. What is my first TV or movie memory? I remember watching a bunch of How It's Made when I was really young on like the History Channel, when the History Channel actually showed educational things before they went over to the reality show type crap and conspiracy theories. That was probably some of my first movie memory or TV memories, and also like Unsolved Mysteries I remember watching with my grandma. I don't even remember what channel that was on, but I didn't really watch a ton of cartoons growing up. I much preferred like History Channel, Unresolved Mysteries, Twilight Zone, that type of crap. Yeah, Ranger. I think it's I mean, a lot of us have been frustrated for a while, but a nerf like this is very public and gets a wider reaction because it directly impacts more people. Yeah. Agony Redistributor needed a nerf. Without a doubt, Agony Redistributor needed to be nerfed. It was overpowered. There's no question about that. But they didn't need to take it down as far as they did. 2,000 damage per second per target being the cap is absolutely ridiculous. I responded to them on Twitter saying if that's the approach they want to go with, then, you know, go with like 25k or something. That at least gives the console the ability to do like 3 million damage. Odd. Thank you, man. $30. Thank you for that. Your message didn't pop up in the stream chat here. Thanks for all the tips and great advice through the years. Thank you. Glad to help. I missed something from former con member. Hold on here. Yeah, Con, I know you want me to say some things for Triz. Is that what I see in there? Some sound commands. The Eddie's nerf Kales, that Eddie's nerf I think is really shitty of them. The Eddie's nerf, like that, you know, a bunch of people just went out and got that console, and then they went through and, you know, they nuke it. I'm not happy about that. Logging queues are gone. Yeah. The thing is that realistically, the board, like the meta hasn't changed. Daileron is still going to be the top, you know, the top theoretical performer. It's just Daileron runs just got a lot harder to pull off. Torp builds are still going to be really good. CSV builds still really good. Like, the meta hasn't changed. It's just that things are harder to do. Yeah, anytime they nerf event consoles, that is a bit annoying. Foxhound, Vodwar Juggernaut, good pick. Subspatial warheads, if they want to go after torpedoes, they don't go after subspatial. They would go after concentrate firepower. If they nuke concentrate firepower, that kills torpedo builds. Right there. Plasmonic Leech, I mean, it's Plasmonic Leech got hit, but it's not like the console became completely worthless like Agony just did. Hail Sir Satan? Terrible con. No, you've heard the Triz sound command. You've heard how I say that, just to mess with Triz. Plasmonic Leech destroyed the fleet you're in? Yeah. For me, Delta Rising killed off a lot of the fleets around me. Delta Rising introduced tier 6 ships into the game. But there was also an issue in which players were leveling too fast for Cryptic right after the expansion came out. Delta Rising is what introduced the level cap going from 50 to 60, and it also introduced the specialization system. So people who went through and grinded out specializations really fast, Cryptic went through and punished. They rolled back a bunch of people's progress because they felt that they had leveled too fast after the expansion came out. It was a really shitty thing. A lot of people quit right immediately. As soon as they logged in, saw that they had progress rolled back, they quit, and I never saw them again. Ceaseless isn't even used on some of the high-end builds anymore. But CF, if they nuked CF, Torps would be done. If we'd move back over to CSV. What bridge officers would I recommend upgrading with the new tokens? The only ones that I can really recommend, Michael, are any that you would care about ground. It doesn't really look that like there's any really good space bridge officers that you would want to upgrade. The only ones being if you're on a Romulan player or Romulan captain and you want to get superior subterfuge on your SRO bridge officer. That's like the only use case. Shinga, I don't think they understand. Well, I don't think they really care. I don't know, a ton about Tort builds. Because they're so niche. Realistically, Tort builds aren't even something that most people should be doing. Dabbing Cheeks, terrible Triz. How you doing, man? I don't think they care about DPS players because DPS players have as little of an impact or like are such a the people that are actually chasing DPS records are a fraction of a percent of the player base. Same as PvP. There's more PvPers right now than there are DPS chasers. let that sit in, or sink in for you. That's rough. T7 would kill the game, Shinga. T7 would absolutely kill the game. Admiralty gaining a cap. It's Admiralty having a cap sucks, but for the daily progression on it. But I mean, we're used to it now, so. Superior space warfare. Yeah, and the thing, torp boats are overhyped. I wanted to do a video talking about that a couple months ago, but honestly, torpedo builds are really only that great in elite content, which is already something that very few people play. And torps have too many issues. Like, if you go into a run where you have other people using torps, your torp build is going to perform worse than it would without those players in there. So, torpedoes, they can hit hard for sure, but at the same time, there's just too many issues with them. And for most people, I just recommend CSV if you really want to get into DPS. CSV is just a lot easier to work with. Let me see what this Discord message is. Yeah, T7 will never happen though. T6 already pushed a lot of people out of the game when it initially came out, because for the first couple years of the game we just had T5s, and then Delta Rising introduced tier 6s, and for a lot of people they had bought every tier 5, and then suddenly they were told, well, your ship is no longer the top tier. So that really pushed a lot of people away. Ed, how's it going? Yeah, we don't even really have a ton of content that warrants tier 6s, to be fair. Like, tier 5s can still do the job, but tier 6s would certainly make things easier. Cables, terrible. Triz, you got to slot more than 2 weapons, bud. When I saw that build, it hurt me. It hurt me. But you do you. I would say Legendary or T6X are basically our tier 7s, yeah. Oh, Triz, I gotta get you lower decks on Plex, don't I? I'll have to get that put up on Plex later. Nice. Make It Go. Make It Go is a bit of a meme. It's good if you can utilize most of the boost it has, but the randomness of it does hurt it as a viable like a viable DPS trade option. Mookie, I agree right off the bat with that comment there. But Endeavor points, I forgot to mention that in the news video I did the other day. But I'm really not happy about them adding more Endeavor levels. And then it just being a complete surprise. I was not happy with that at all. The issue with the Endeavor system is that it creates a large gap between new or returning and existing players. Rabog, thank you for the membership. The Endeavor system really hurts the player base, I feel, given that it's such a long system to complete and there's no buyout option. What is it now? I think, Bridger, if you're here, you were saying to me that it's like 3.5 years to go from 0 to completing the system now, which is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, and Michael, they did not intend for that. That was a screw up on their part that some people were able to, immediately go in and fill a bunch of the tiers. Like, they wanted you to have to grind again, and that was just a an unfortunate accident that they screwed that up. Yeah, almost 4 years. It's ridiculous. Like the difference between a new player and someone that has this system maxed out, it's ridiculous. Like someone that's been playing for a while, will have a 12.5% crit chance lead, 100% hull regen. That's ridiculous. I would like there to be a dill buyout for Endeavor levels, but based on the statements from Bortkus there, I think we're just going to see dilithium nerfs instead of, actually going in and adding dill sinks that will help the economy out. I remember I stepped away from the game for like a year and a half, 2 years. I stepped away from the game because I got burnt out and was just frustrated about things for a while there. Not 8K at Tuna's Lane with the dilithium refinement. I would like there to be a count refinement. But I don't. My worry is that if they do an account refinement limit, they're going to set it to something absurdly low. If they want to add in an account wide daily dilithium refinement cap, I'd like it to be like 100K. You keep in mind, some of you are like, that's a really high number, but the amount of characters you can have on an account is like 60 something, isn't it? Stargate, are you here? Do you remember what the maximum amount of theoretical characters is you can have on an account? $62. Okay, so 62 times 8,000. That means right now 496,000 dilithium is what you could theoretically refine every last day on a lifetime account. And that's before factoring in the veteran dilithium refiner or the extra bit you can do at your fleet dill mine. So basically 500,000 dilithium a day if you go through and play all 62 characters that you could have. So if they put in a daily account-wide limit of like 100K, it would suck for players that have that many characters and actually go through and play that many. But that wouldn't hurt the casual players much, which is the majority of the player base, but it would hurt the big farms. I need to get my last endeavor done here, so let me go through and load the loadout. I need to basically shoot one torpedo at a target, and we'll just do an Argala. $13 are still level 3. Yeah, and bot accounts are a big issue. I know people were trying to say that bot accounts are not an issue, but they very much are. But I mean, how many players out there that have 50 plus characters are actually going through and farming on them each day? REA completes the endeavor, yeah. I just need 500k damage, so I didn't have to really buff up too much or anything. Just hit REA and that pretty much does it. Yeah, Triz, what do you think about potential Admiralty nerfs? You spend most of your time on streams doing Admiralty. That'll have a significant impact for you. You do all 61 characters, Ryder? It's a wind down for you, Triz? You're crazy, Triz. You do? Okay. I mean, I've done it before, but I had issues maintaining, doing Admiralty on all my characters. I did it for like a week and was like, I can't do this right now. when people, Michael, when people have like 60 characters like that, um, most of them are just that there's nothing on them. Like if I click one of these numbered ones here, I click like 8, 3 to 4 hours. Some dedication right there, but I've been there before. Most of my characters just hold resources and they sit at a security officer. This is all they do. Now, Admiralty is a good way to make resources. A lot of people get a lot of dilithium through Admiralty. Like, it is not a bad way to get dilithium. It just sucks to do. What was I doing here? Dustin, glad to help. A nice profile icon there. Like it. But glad to help. I'm a former con member. I'm just a fat guy that plays video games too much. What's stopping me from taking over the world? That's outside. Outside's scary. I think that's the meme for it, right? How many Dolph slots? I don't have any Dolph slots on this character. With pinchable. Oh my. Did they fix? So I know you could sell the Temperor or the Terran Emperor outfit on the exchange first aid. Did they change that? Yeah, 100k deal a day. Like if they did an account-wide refinement, would would the issue is initially it would cause a lot more dilithium to flood the market because all the people that have a ton of lithium sitting on just a couple characters would be able to go through and refine it. So initially it would cause a surge of dilithium into the market, but long term would hopefully not. Yeah, apparently people were selling the outfit from the mission. I don't know if they fixed it. Yes, Scottbot, I am a single fat American. Just take longer for you, Triz? Terrible. Triz, does it bug you that I have a character, like 2 different characters named after you? I'm gonna go check the exchange right now. Yeah, if they set the cap to 20k, that would be brutal. Because you would think you would be going from like 500k as the theoretical, like minimum cap there. Or as the not minimum cap, but like near the max down to 20k, that'd be brutal. But it wouldn't surprise me. That'd be a very cryptic thing for them to do. I would say 100k would still be a significant decrease versus what they have right now, but oh, Triz. 100k is nuts, except when you consider that, with 62 characters, the refinement cap right now is basically 500k. I don't remember. Terran Empire Odyssey outfit. Is this the one from the mission? There's not a ton on there now. I wonder if they made it so you can't get them from the mission anymore. Or you can't sell the ones from the mission. Gotcha, Ryder. So that's between the two of you. over 120 characters, max refinement. Cryptic's gonna be looking at y'all, and Borticus gonna see that. He's gonna just be like, it's bots. Banhammer. Michael, I like that. I do think that rather than nerfing the lithium sources, they should be looking at ways to introduce things that we would want to buy with the lithium. Clearly, whenever they do the Vandy shields in the Dill store, it has a massive impact, when they do that. They could run that again and probably clear out some of the Dill X right now. I also think that letting us buy out Endeavor perk points would be huge. Think of what if it was like 100,000 dilithium per Endeavor perk point. So you have 750, and if they made it cost 100,000 dilithium per, divide that by 500, that's like $1,500 worth of Zen to buy out the system. But that there would be people that would spend that type of money. Tour of the Galaxy has apparently been temporarily removed as they were apparently remaking it, which that's a great sign. But they're apparently redoing some parts of it, and the changes they made to it completely broke with the patch, and apparently they just had to entirely pull it for the time being. So, rip that. I think the only people that really care about buying out the Endeavor rank are going to be, like you said, Tris, it's going to be the people going after performance numbers, largely, that are going to want to buy it out. And if they price it high, the fact is, 100,000 dilithium per is a lot, but there would be people willing to pay that. Yeah, console's going to get hit by any changes that happen for PC, and you're right. Console does not have the botting issues like PC has. Yeah, if they nerf Tour of the Galaxy, then we already know that they're disconnected from the economy. If it's taken Borticus this long to figure out that Admiralty is a huge source of resources, then that's a bit rough. Will I get a Scramble Fighters? Nope, I got screwed. Did I get any crit offs out of that? I opened 10 deltas. That was 100 mil EC that I just ripped open right there. I think I may have got screwed over. I'll see at the purple doffs. Now, usually you have to do like multiple passes per character, right? With Admiralty. Like that on its own won't always be enough, but if you combine that with like Contraband, that should be able to get you there. Account-wide dill pool? Yeah. That'd be great. Seeing if I have any more DOFs to contribute here. If I have EC, I gamble it. Yes, that's the way. Gambling is one of the main reasons that I still play this game. It's gambling everywhere. Just wait until you guys see the next, one of the series that I'm working on. It's going from 0 EC up to over 1 billion. And most of the methods that I show in that video are not going to work for anyone watching the video because people are going to see them and try them and like completely ruin the method. But that's why I'll have the entire series recorded before even the first episode's published. Next, they will nerf patrols. I still remember when they nerfed boundary missions because people were doing like the what was the one people used to run, like Admiral Bobo's something. Any tales from my latest away missions from Stowe? Not really. Been a quiet week for the most part. Just spamming, all of these high quality videos out. Coming up with as many thumbnails as I could that would hopefully get the clicks. It's been a quiet week other than the disappointing content drop. Foundry's never coming back. Never. Foundry is gone and buys promo packs, sells them. Terrible, Red. What I need is a character that has a lot of duty officer slots. $291.
Watch the wheel.
Okay.
Not the
Drop your at handle in chat, and I'm gonna mail out a couple. I'm gonna just pick a couple random people here and mail you some DOFs because I need to clear out some DOF slots. These DOFs probably aren't gonna be worth a ton, but I just need them out of my inventory. So if you want a chance to get DOFs, some purple. These are all fed, I believe. So just make sure that wasn't a ground nurse. Waldo. Not gonna get everyone in, but I want to at least get a couple of these sent out. They're gonna be completely random. I'm literally just gonna drag from this list over and clear out some space here. Waldo, Disco Rice. There's some that I'll probably keep here, like the biochemist I'm gonna keep for use. I don't know what most of this is worth. You can find out. Make EC. I don't care. Do whatever you want with it. I just want it out of my inventory. I got DOF packs to open, and this is taking up space. We're going to keep going until I'm at about 200 DOFs on this roster. What DOFs do I'm looking at just ground ones. That's my issue. Okay. There we go. Borg ones are gonna stay here, as you guys can understand. The Borg ones I still sell for EC. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to keep going through here until I am at about 200 on this roster. The Borg DOFs, those are staying though. Need those. I need all the Borg DOFs. I'll catch up on chat here in a minute. I wish that there was like a way to sort this entire like DOF roster alphabetically. Just have the Borg DOFs in the right number. I am really far behind on chat. Just give me a minute, guys. The DOFs are limited to 500, and this character that I'm on right now does not have it's only got 300 slots, so at some point I'll want to go through and give it some more slots. Admiral Bobo goes to war. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Okay. Catch up on chat here shortly. Yeah, some of these DOFs are going to be duplicates. Some of them might sell for $1 million, so I don't care what you do with them. I really don't. All your DOF slots are filled. Wizard, the Borg DOFs definitely are staying with me. And those EPG DOFs, those definitely those are sold at a premium rate on the exchange. Okay, about another 30 that I want to give away here. So if you want in, it is first come, first serve. Just drop your handle in, and there's room for probably another 3 or 4 people. One of the DOFs looks like your character. Talking about EC. My Borg DOFs, those are staying. Those are staying. I'm sorry. Send one to Talor. Oh, I know Talor loves these carrier DOFs, right? There you go. Okay. Anyone else want some free, very rare quality Fed DOFs? They're not going to be like super expensive ones, but I just want them out of my inventory. You know, I got limited space. And no problem. Midtown MJ. Another 3 more people. First come, first serve. 2 more. 1 more. Go here. Midtown, I think your mail is full. Let me try again. Midtown MJ. Send. Yeah, those didn't go through. Either your mail is full or your filters are set to not accept mails from other people. Research lab scientist? I mean, I don't know how useful everything is that I sent out, but you know, if you can find a use for it, make clips. I do need to start making you know, speaking of clips, like YouTube shorts. Yeah, research lab DOS do have a use for crafting, yeah. Anger recharge, I think I just gave those away, Shinga. I'm pretty sure I just gave away the ones that were on this character. Let me check. Flight deck? Yeah, I don't have any of those. I'll send you these though, Shinga. You do whatever you want with these. These are the high quality. Double the number of shuttles launched with boarding party? I know that's what you want, Shinga. There you go. There you go, Shinga. No problem. Send someone a KLL. I don't think I'd have a KLL on this character. Gotcha. Well, I bought a stack of 99. So I paid 125 million EC last night for a stack of 99 temporal duty officer packs. Yes, DeVito, thank you for the like. Have a good night. Don't tell Kale he'll nerf it. Double boarding party, terrible. Yeah, I believe it too. So I paid 125 mil for this stack of 99 temporal duty officer packs last night in the trading channel. And let me pull up what they have. Temporal duty officer. These DOF packs have a chance to drop Marion, but they also have quite a few rare quality DOFs in them. So I don't care about the rare quality DOFs. I just want to see how many Marions I get. Though Marion I don't think is that expensive on the exchange right now. Let's see, what is a Marion at? 15 mil? Like if I can pull even just a couple Marions, it'll be profit. No problem, Shinga. Okay, here you go. You set the filters so I can see everything. One Marion. Two Marion. Six Marion. 7, 8, 9, 10. I already made my money back. I've got 40 packs left open and I've already made my money back. 12. 13. 14. 15. Come on, give me another Marion. 16, 17. 17 Marions. 17 Marions out of 99 packs. So I paid 125 mil, and then I just got 17 Marions that are worth 15 mil per. Doubled my money. Some people still use Marion, Bridger. Some people still use them. So basically, the reason you saw... So what you saw is that as soon as I pulled a Marion, I started to spam click. When you get something in a pack that you really want, you have your finger ready to go to just start spamming the shit out of your button to keep clicking to try and get more of it. And you saw there that when I did that, I got 17 Marions because I started spam clicking immediately after I got the Marion from the DOF pack. Work on Borg? Yeah, I've seen it work on Borg. I mean, it's not, it's not consistent, it's not reliable, but, this DOF pack has... Look at all the DOFs that are in this DOF pack, okay? Okay, I need to just make this there. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 DOFs in this pack. So, out of the 99 packs, if I had 12 different DOFs, then I would have expected 8 Marions. I got twice that because as soon as I got a Marion, I started spam clicking it. $300 million the last 7 days. Glad to hear, Kithia. But it's like the issue with Borg packs is you would have to have a lot of Borg packs to do something like that. Yeah, Dwayne, they did that a while ago. So 17 Marions out of that pack. Channel membership rarely pays off. I mean, Warp Core, I obviously don't have any way to prove that, but there's 12 DOFs in this pack, and I waited until I got the one that I wanted and started spam clicking and got twice as many of them than I should have. Webs, thanks for stopping by. Now it'll get nerfed. It'll be fine. Earthworm gym board animations. When I used to gamble a ton, yeah, I would usually wait for somebody else to win a ship, and then I would spam. Yeah, I have a bunch of the opening footage. Nah, I say negative things, and I do DPS. They don't want to be around any negativity. Where is that video? Channel. I have a video that I put out last year. I don't think many people saw it. It was like right after I started to get back into the game. I put out a video where it was like 28 minutes or something of just pure lockbox opening. Just spam clicking, just ripping packs open. And I showed some of my wins, some of my losses. I had some times where it was a bit brutal with the losses. And sometimes where it was good. Gambling is a problem. I think this is one of the times where I got 3 promo ships out of like 70 packs. There's 1, 2. Like spam clicking things in this game, like I don't have any, way to prove it, but I always just feel like spam clicking, especially once you get the thing that you want, is good. But I obviously I have no way to prove that. Wins an epic ship. Yeah, the only thing I'm going to say, Osiris, is that if, when I go through and get this stuff done for that series, like, I have to have the entire thing recorded before I push the first video public. Because some of the methods that I'm going to utilize, other people are going to try them, and they're, so if I go and say, I go and flip a certain item, that's something that worked for me. It's not necessarily going to work for people trying to replicate what I did in the series. I guess you watch this vid to get sleepy? Yeah, I watch the gambling videos. Demo. You would think, but I don't know. I think that they know that the DPS scene, PvP scene, the people that really focus on the higher end stuff in the game is a small portion. So in their mind, it's not much of a risk to them, but in reality, there's a lot of people that are playing the game more casually that will base purchasing decisions off of what like DPS or min-max players say. So a lot of people went out and got eddies for their science build, even though those people aren't really high-end DPSers. And now Cryptic has just pissed them all off. Yeah, Martin, I'm still surprised about that. UD for the yearly, yeah, Osiris. The crossfield refit should be added to Infinity sometime soon, but Eddie's from what the numbers I saw in your post earlier on Stow builds was what, like 50% damage loss? Let me pull up STO builds. Yeah, so I'll have this linked in the I'll put this in the comments here. F and the folks over at STO Better do a lot of good number crunching and some really good guides builds. They went through and tested the consoles that got hit. Well, I don't think you guys tested Agony, of course, because there's not much to test there. But Web Spinner, they have some numbers for, and yeah, the passive on Web Spinner has like never worked. So Web Spinner was really just useful for the damage boost, or not the damage boost, the actual damage that it did, because the passive damage boost on it just like never worked. Yeah. Or the bonus damage against held targets. Yeah, Cryptic like never got that working. So Web Spinner, I'll let you guys look through the parse, but like Web Spinner took quite a bit of a hit. Maybe the final results table though, if I had any like feedback for this, maybe like a percent loss. I don't know, it would be easier for people to read. So when I saw the percent difference, it was making me think, you know, when I saw that it looked, you're reading it, it looks like it's just an 18% difference, but that's the Web Spinner's only doing 18% of what it used to do. Just the percent difference might confuse people, would be the only thing that I'd say there. Yeah, Agony is just dead. Yeah, I was gonna message or leave a comment about that, but you're here, so let me see. One good thing is it is solid on buff tokens. Yeah. Well, I mean, Osiris, you still don't have the Delta Pact still has the Superior Infiltrator and Superior Romulan Operative on the same bridge officer. And it's also got the beta healed off. Yes, Ed, pretty much. Like I remember Tenor was going on about it, and I remember a few people tested it, and like Tenor was trying to get them to fix it for a while, and this just was just not happening. And the EPG hit, definitely not great. F, you're with you here. I was talking about this earlier, the ball anti-protons, the reflection on those, does that triggers the beta shield healed off, right? Or the beta shield distribution officer from the Delta Pack. That triggers the heal, the refractions, right? Because we were talking about that for tanking earlier, and I'm pretty sure that's what I'd heard it was doing, but I haven't actually like went through and tested it. I really should go through and test it. Yeah, Agent Neural. Because that's an added incentive, if so, for bowels over everything else. You don't know? Okay, I'm gonna have to go through and test that. But Eddie's is doing about half of what it used to do. And then of course the micro dark matter anomaly. Yeah. Dark matter anomaly, I think it'll be a good EPG console for some people. It's actually outperforming Eddie's now. That's a bit rough. Probably overvalued due to smaller AoE. Okay. So dark matter anomaly might find its way onto some builds. We're gonna have to see. You got the adapted battle cruiser. I have an EPG build set up over on SOB. It's just that I never like using it. Not really a big fan of EPG, to be honest. Look at all these Marians. Just in all those Marians from those DOF packs, that's what I like to see. But I need to get the... What's the other one here? The Gareth, Adam... Is that guy Warp Core Engineer? I don't think he's worth much. $2 mil. We're gonna have a flash sale on Gareth here. He's gonna be $1 mil for anyone that wants this DOF. I know it's high quality DOF. Everyone just wants it. Absolutely. I'm gonna make my UI smaller so I can take a, or I don't have to, I can do it like this. I want to take a picture of all these Marians and send it to Nick. Just Just make him upset at what he missed out on. Oh, there's 2 more in my overflow. Oh, rip. I am going to have to make the UI smaller. Oh, no. Hold on a second. I'll look at chat here after I take this picture. All those Marians. Beautiful sight. Nick's gonna be upset about that because he bought the I told him he had the EC on him. I told him, hey dude, grab these packs for me quick. And yeah, there you go, Apple Dairy. There you go. Enjoy those budget duty officers. Nick bought the DOF packs and then traded them to me because I didn't have the EC at the time, so he's gonna be a bit salty seeing that 17 Marians. That's ridiculous. Only had a few days to test it. Yeah, I tried the Dark Matter console out in some ISEs last night, but that's still a torpedo environment, and we were having some issues and runs, but I got like 3-4 mil damage out of it. I ended up taking it off. But I do think it'll be more useful on like some EPG builds in that type of environment. Yeah, if there's a good promo ship that's put in the Lobby store, I might use my event campaign on the Lobby. EPG builds are valid. It's just that I personally just don't like the playstyle. Warp Core Engineer. I'm sorry, Warp Core. And it's the Lockbox console. The Micro Dark Matter Anomaly, you can get it on the exchange for like under 15 mil right now. So search up under engineering consoles for Dark Matter. Yeah, 13.9. Wizard. I'm not too worried. Not too worried about Nick. He's too busy driving his buses over there. Your main is actually an engineer? Terrible. That's terrible. That right there is pretty much the Osiris. That is how using a torp boat with like REA is, or mines. Either your mines kill you, your REA kills you. I am surprised also at how expensive some of the new lockbox items are, but I think the prices will crash down. Like we already see I think the new ground traits are all cheap, and I know one of the space traits against all odds is cheap. Let me swap over to casual because I bought all the space traits on that character. I think independent wingmate's going to be the only one that's like really valuable to people. Something sold? Oh, something expired. So against all odds is really cheap, probably because it's a healing trait and people in this game care about damage. Do I not actually have one? Let's spot on a different character. Against all odds, plus 33% healing on targets below half hull, and hull healing specifically, so that's why that's cheap. The carrier trait's really expensive. Wingmate, it's down. There's one at 50 mil now. Beetle Mines, Blade. Yeah, 50k for the new kit module. Let's be honest, that's not a surprise. Under $1 million? Yeah, Ed, that's a good steal. Yeah, Nick is happy. Nick had these packs. Oh, that text is really small to read, but Nick had the packs on him, and then I told him to buy them for me, and he did, and he's probably gonna be wishing now he just ripped them open himself. Unlucky. Inflation in Stowe is almost as bad as the real world. Yeah, it's Admiralty. Admiralty's the reason for both EC and lithium issues, so that's why they're looking at it. But they need to add in sinks. Nerfs alone aren't going to resolve the issue. Bill Collins against all odds. Yield to damage traits. I don't think foresee them doing anything like that. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the wingmate, like from the numbers I was showing earlier, I think it was Rasso posted in the builds Discord. Let me go to carrier discussion. Yeah, the parse there was that it basically doubled the damage on one of their Romulan drone ships. So the question is do you want to spend 50 mil for something that is realistically going to give you like 10, 15k extra DPS? Temporal Klein, isn't that one of the destroyers? Temporal. Yeah, it's a temporal destroyer. I personally would run CSV on it. But if you want to run like a beam overload setup on it, it's got Commander Temporal. So you could do recursive shearing 3, beam overload 3. You could do that, but for me personally, I would probably run CSV on it. Really, it's personal preference. What do you like more? Do you prefer cannon scatter volley and hitting multiple targets, or do you want to just hit one single target really hard? That's the question for you, really. Dual cannons with cannon scatter volley are always going to win out for the theoretical damage potential. Cannon scatter volley just has a really high ceiling compared to everything else. Beam overload is going to be lower damage, but you're going to do more damage to a single target. Jeez. Yeah, Martin, some people don't understand. They think that they have to undercut by a couple mil to get things to sell, and especially with keys, you only need to undercut by like 1 EC would be enough. You don't have to undercut by millions. People that do that just are throwing money away, basically. Yeah, the new dill sinks, with the fleet holding, especially those new Admiralty cards, right? You guys ready to buy the new Admiralty cards right before a big Admiralty nerf? Yeah, I did see a post. Yeah, I saw your post on Reddit about the including saucer separation. That'd be really good. Good build for the Paladin T6 Temporal Battlecruiser. Yeah. And yeah, CSV, the fact that you're hitting multiple targets, just massive damage multiplier there. CSV. And then you just use recursive on whatever big target you're trying to hit. What is a good build on the Paladin? I haven't looked at the Paladin in a while. That's temporal. So let me just Paladin. It's a 4/4, right? Probably just do 8 beam arrays, beam overload 3, recursive shearing 3. Like it. You're not going to be seeing the largest numbers ever, but it's about what you can do with it. Yeah. People that undercut by millions are just giving other people money. Perfect. Thank you, Supreme Leader. Terrible. If they improve those new duty officers, that'd be fine. But the fact that they're literally just copy and paste of the very rare quality ones is frustrating. Okay, so I was clearly wrong though about some of the prices on the new lockbox stuff. I was expecting it to all come down much sooner, but it's going to take a little bit longer. So if you're looking to buy this stuff, just give it a couple weeks if you want to get it cheap. I've already seen a Courier Pilot Raider down at 700 mil. That was immediately bought up, and now clearly people are still, like, the price is still coming down. We see them now at 890 mil. If you're just patient, if you really want one of these Courier Pilot Raiders, given how fast the market is crashing, just give it a couple weeks. Infinity's really good, yeah. Okay, I need to head out here shortly. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, my mom's in the hospital over the weekend here, so got some family stuff to go deal with. She's fine, but I got some real life stuff to take care of today, so gonna have to wrap things up here. Is there any final questions or anything you guys have? Do I think Fire at Will ever be popular again? Probably not. I think Beam Overload is too popular, and I think they're gonna lean into it even more. Yeah, she's fine. My mom's fine. It's just she wasn't feeling great yesterday, had some chest pain. They've already run through, did test, and she's fine, but they're keeping her for a couple days until they can do like I think it's like an angiogram or something. But she's fine. Terrible formal con. Terrible. Yeah, thank you all for stopping by today. Again, thank you to all channel members. Thank you for the donations there also. Pod, Grabog. Thank you very much. But that is going to be it for me today. Next video, I don't know if I'm going to do a video tomorrow. It sounds like I might have to do be the one doing the supervised visits for my niece and the niece's dad tomorrow. So I'm probably going to end up being a bit busy tomorrow. Might not get a video out. So next video will probably end up being like Monday or Tuesday. And next stream, of course, probably next Saturday. So thank you all for stopping by. See you guys next time.